TVTome Adventure, Episode 54, Virus Fragment Part 2. Continuing in our adventure into the heart of the Debug Org HQ to destroy every single remaining virus fragment. On the last episode of TTA, Alpha, Christopher 15, Flame Girl, Game Crazed, Game Crasher, and Nylock continued their way through the base of the Debug organization. The hackers continued to fight back and try to defend against the Ultimate Creatures campaign. But thankfully, a group of other users had been fighting the Debug Org in the past, had followed through the vortex that Neo Mutant opened, and came to help our heroes in their battle. First, Raccoon and Sojoju both fell, and Sim Dragon collected their character data. Then Splat tried her luck against Game Crazed, and in the end, her character was deleted when her virus fragment overloaded. Alpha and the others are getting closer and closer to the great danger as the infiltration mission continues. And before we go on, I just wanna completely random. You are an adult. You can't buy cake and eat it. You don't have to wait for a special occasion. Do you know how I know that? I went out to buy cake and I'm eating it right now. Life hack. If you want cake, you get cake. Alright, it begins the same way that the previous episode ended.
Just as I predicted. Looks like my little security guard job has already started.
Into the vaults we go. Where there's one fragment left, although I don't know. They're just gonna have to, hey, how does that work? They went up, so they have to go down and then go up again. That's weird. The construction of this place makes no sense, considering it was solely made exclusively for the Debug Org. Wouldn't you want everything to be more coherent? I have both Raccoons and Sojoju's character data, sir.
Good. But we have another problem. Now it would seem that Splat has failed me.
Oh, wonderful. I specifically told that stupid girl not to give personal matters in the way. Torben should have kept an eye on her. So, does that mean I need to go collect her data as well, as she transforms?
Surprisingly, no. Ultimate Creatures used the antivirus while encased in her slime belt, and it ripped the entire thing to affecting the virus fragment that made it up. The virus power backlashed and captured her in her own slime. The fragment would result in a transformation of her character if it were about to use her human mind as a link to the rewritten data and morph the graphics of her character. However, she somehow managed to slip her headset off.
Here we go. This is what I've been saying before in previous episodes. They just explain things that we already know. This have been explained throughout the entire season 2 that this is what happening. Why are you explaining this to your subordinates, Volty Buddy Pal mate? When you are the guys who's causing this, you are the guys who know this. Why are you explaining it?
The afterburn of the antivirus kicked in and deleted the virus fragment into nothing, along with Splat's characters. There's no trace of it left to go and gather.
And what's worse, is that the path she fought them on is leading towards the virus fragment vault, where Torben waits. Whether he uses the last fragment we have remaining or not, there is no way that he can stop Alpha and the others.
If there's no way for him to solely alone stop Alpha and the others, then why don't you guys help him out? Assist him in the battle. What about those other users?
They're gathered in the lower levels of the second area. 2 of them are on the bottommost level, which means that they probably won't last too long when they keep exploring.
So I feel like we cut over to Voltarius and everyone here so often, only to have sort of a narrator way, because all they do is just explain what is going on. If you cut all this stuff off, or majority, this, looking at the enemies, if you cut that out, you wouldn't particularly lose much. This is just explaining for the sake of explaining.
We'll have to see how Torben fares before we move forward. We might even need to go as far as to evacuate this area and search for more virus fragment. Things are not looking good for us altogether.
That's what I've told you guys earlier. Start to evacuating. So Voltorbus, he sounds disturbed, nervous. Just what are we going to do? Some sleeping virus. They're sneaking past. Okay, that's cute. I like that. What are those things, sir? Keep it down! Those are the guys can morph into the security boss from the upper section. If we wake them all up, we won't stand a chance against them all. Okay, that added a lot. I really felt like that was really needed. Also, this kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong, the arcade game. Throwing sword and materializing sword from his arm. There was another big chain of explosion coming from where all those slimes gathered together. God, this is making me worry more and more. I just can't take going through all of this video game level of bullcrap. We should be getting into the higher level of soon. I am not apologizing. I'm having way too much fun with my absolutely horrendous Italian impression. Oh no, the snipers, they are not doing anything. Alright, good job, thanks. We move on 3. Alright. Hear me, look how determined she is.
1,
2 or 3. Okay. Alright. And then they went on avoiding every single bullet, Neo style from the Matrix. Just avoiding it, flying around through all the bullcrap. So this is what the silver markings was leading us to. Vault. Damn. I wonder what this building is.
finally, things are turning around.
Things are looking up Millhouse.
Now, if we can just find a way to open it, Alpha can let loose the antivirus and demolish the rest of their supply.
A supply of 1, which we don't know, but the supply of 1. Something is confusing me though. If this is really where they keep their supply of virus fragments, then why did Splash try to lead us on the path that led to it? Probably because she was so entangled in rage that she wasn't thinking which path she was leading you on to. Or she was secretly assisting you guys, I don't know.
She could have been trying to help us, but either way, there's no way they could have left this area unguarded if they knew we were here. There must have been something coming up.
Remarkable intuition. Now it's my turn.
Bam! Here comes Torben! Or Torben! I don't know how you wanna... Tor and Ben are two names.
I'll be playing the role of security guard for you all today. As you can obviously see, Sir Voltarius doesn't want anyone to get in there.
I have no idea what this song is, but it is kind of a vibe.
That didn't take long.
So, should we pick someone to fight against him? A few of us are low on health, and we shouldn't waste our health items.
I fight him. Nylock and I have the most amount of HP between the 6 of us. And we need Alpha as strong as possible for when we need to use the antivirus.
I just gotta say, I think I was completely wrong with what I thought, of who I thought was gonna fight whom. I think I was completely wrong about it. If I remember while editing these videos, I'm gonna like keep up a tracker. Okay, I forgot to read what you said, but bye.
Not gonna try and stop her?
No reason for me to. She can take care of this herself. Besides, Torben doesn't have a virus fragment. As of what you know, I mean, he's protecting the virus fragment, so technically he does have one. He has not taken its possession as right now. Oh, how do you know that? That's the weird thing. I don't know. I just have a feeling that tells me he isn't using a virus fragment. Another feeling that inside the vault, there's only one other virus fragment in there.
Let's go. Sometimes the century, please.
So while everyone was talking, they were just standing here having a staring contest.
Hun.
The hun. Why do you say hun? And so they are fighting. Well, they do say that in order to win, you have to fight fire with fire. And they are taking this saying literal. So we gotta see which fire is the best fire, the yellow or the blue one. Which, from my understanding of how fire works, blue is the more dangerous one, because like that is absolutely hot fire, super hot fire. But what would be worse if it was like green or pink or fire, because that is toxic fires.
Alpha was right. He isn't using a virus fragment in this fight like he usually does. But why?
And so we go away from the fight when we literally have started it. Okay, thank you. Okay.
It started to get too dark to see anything but him. And what type of limits I was used to get a crap out of me in a first-person shooter.
The random ass horror levels, yeah, no, that come out of nowhere. My favorite will always be in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, close to the end of the game when you go through catacombs. All of a sudden you're fighting like skeletons, ghosts, and all kinds of bullshit. That one is always stuck in my memory.
Quit your whining. It's less dangerous than being surrounded by those little monsters from before.
Are you sure? You're in the darkness. You have no idea if you're gonna like fall off into the abyss.
Run.
Shaking.
Hun.
Yeah. Okay, more shaking things. Oh. Isn't that from Metal Slug? I think that's from Metal Slug. Now this is a security system.
You're kidding me.
And then okay, I was just gonna say like, oh, it backs off again, but never mind. Yeah, this fight kind of does remind me of the final boss of Disc 1 of Final Fantasy VII, when you're on the highway.
I'm gonna really pissed at people. You and I are the only ones who keep on running into crap like this.
Well, I don't think you're the only ones running into crap like this, considering that the main team, Alpha's team, they are, you know, fighting the debug organization themselves. Also, this is also the reason why I keep calling these people, all the users, the B team, because it's the Alpha team and the B team. Get it? And we zoom away from them. Like, we just get small glimpses in what everyone's doing. It's kind of funny. Hey yo, it's they should have used the green guy from Megaman X2. I love the green guy.
Cross slash!
The elevator section that all video games have, you know, that you just stand in an elevator and then it goes up and you have to like keep shooting enemies from around you. Classic.
Alright, what's the deal? Why aren't you using a virus fragment like usual? Is it because you're going easy on me?
Why would he go easy on you when he's trying to protect you? Invaded his sanctuary, and why would he go easy on you?
When I have any reason to even do that in this situation. I'm merely doing what I was asked to do and getting paid. Why should I put myself at risk of physical harm when I can defeat you just as easy without the need for one of those cursed things?
If I were Torben and like, okay, my mission, my job is like, okay, I'm gonna guard this place, but like all of my friends or like co-workers, everyone has been defeated, killed, erased, destroyed, splattered, Thanos snapped. all of them are gone. And while everyone is using these like enhanced super soldier powers that like can physically deform you, and you're like, I am not gonna use, I get paid for this. Yeah. People, I just work here. Please pass through. I ain't risking my life for this.
It sounds like you've been a coward. I guess money is all you care about, no honor at all.
This isn't about honor, this is about your health. Why are you antagonizing him? This is good for you. Are these people mental?
Oh, wake up, you idiot! I suggest you take a step away from this game for a moment, and not consider the debug org to be the typical band of anime villains. The honor you speak of is non-existent.
They're hackers. Who said they have honors? They're hacking a video game. Obviously they have no honor.
Tormentors and I joined because Valterius promised us money if we worked for him. So Jojo and Raccoon were simply a couple of minded kids trying to find some kicks in a damn computer game. I barely took anything to get them to fetch his sticks, the tools. Brett became overly obsessed with trying to avenge her brother's loss and resignation from the debug org by defeating Game Crazed.
Which she keep continuously failing.
And the hell only knows what Sim Dragon is here for. I'm assuming he is also paid for his work here. But the point is that we hackers are really not better than the mercenaries. We have no clue as to who the boss is and why it is God's name that he wishes to gather the virus fragments. We just followed orders.
You disgust me! Do you even realize that what you're doing, those orders you're continuously being given, are resulting in harm towards others? A child lost his life because you scum is going out of control. Did he die or did it end up in a coma? It is two vastly different things. If you're in a coma, you're not dead.
I couldn't care less about that, as long as I'm not putting myself in danger. Do what I'm asked to do and get what I deserve, then I'm moving forward in my life. I don't let stupid things like the whole tragic story of the virus fragment get in the way.
Grr, now she's angry. Yeah, again, if I was Torben at this point, I would just here, have everything. I'm logging off. Like I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Trust me, you get what you deserve.
Insert the Joker from the Joker movie. They get what they deserve. And so he balled her. Yes, just threw his balls at her. And they continue fighting while the Flame Girl is flaming the field and hit him once with his... And Torben is sniping? I don't know. Like, it's just fire against fire. How the hell am I supposed to do it? Just like, oh, fire from one side, fire from the other side. Also, I do have to say, I do love that Flame Girl, being very red, is on the red side, and Torben, who is like very obviously blue, is on the blue side. I just want to point that out, like how funny that is.
I hope this is getting through to you now, Flamer. Take your band of dogs out of this place and stay away from the debug organization too. If you don't put yourself in danger, then you don't have to pile up these meaningless problems in your life.
Actually, you know what? I kind of agree. Like, they are meaningless. No, I do agree with Torben here, because like you are acting as police in a video game. You are a user. There should be moderators or, you know, admins that should have this job and take care of this problem. But we all know how useful the admins are.
I learned it the hard way. Just give up.
No! The determination in this girl!
You don't understand anything. I have to risk it. I have to put my life on the line when I play this game because...
You don't have to! You don't have to put your life on the line.
Because
why? Grr, flames even more.
Because if I don't, I could never call myself a part of this team.
Huh? That's your reason? That sounds pretty... I don't know, egotistical, I guess. No. So the only reason you go online to try to defend the video game is so that you can feel like you're a part of a team. This actually seems like a bad reason to do this. That is not noble or honorable at all. You're not even doing the thing that you said Torben were supposed to do. That's not honorable. I like that Torben also went to the middle of the field so that like he could easily be hit. Oh my god, I can't believe... Bam! It just headbutts him! Also, like, the yellow flame is stronger than the blue. Well, there you go! Yellow flame is the strong one.
Sigh, barely made it.
Flamey, you did it!
Everyone was like, holy fuck, she could actually fight this whole time?
The gate to the vault opened up when Torben's HP reached 0. Looks like we're all set then.
Why do you have to proclaim it like that? Why do you have to say it that specific way? The gate opened when he logged out. The gate opened when he died. The gate opened when his character data was deleted. The gate to the vault opened when Torben's HP reached 0. Thank you. This is not how people speak. This is so weird. You lost quite a bit of HP. If you run into another one, and they actually have a virus fragment, it could be dangerous.
It's okay. I'd rather you not waste your full health just because of me. Because we should save it for when we really need it.
Didn't you guys have health items? I think this would be the time to start using the health items. I'm not gonna lie. Also, if you're gonna... Why don't you bring like a multitude of them? Like a plethora of health items if you're going into the stronghold. She has a good point. Now that there's no hackers to fight, there's still 2 hackers. For the time being, at least, we should use this time to go in and erase the rest of the virus fragments.
Right, Dragon and Tormentors are the only ones left. It'd be worse if they, among the other hackers, used virus fragments against us. If we can't wipe out their supply, we have a much better chance of stopping whatever their plan is.
And if they do use them, then we'll probably need to save our full health for when we're in a tight spot, or at least when all of our HP are getting low.
I wonder if the creator actually thought about like remembering what level every character's HP is at throughout each fight, because I haven't been keeping track of it, because everyone is like at least past half point in their health. I'm already getting the antivirus ready.
Then let's go! Our fight with the debug org might just be coming to a close.
Alright, let me ask quickly. Check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes left. You know what? Hey, yeah, we're close. We're getting there. Choop, 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 choop. And here comes the bikers. And Thunder and Hammy doing their things against the bikers. I love how conveniently both of these characters are characters that actually don't need to be running. They just kind of float.
How much longer do we have to keep this up?
I don't know. Just keep warning them up. We're gonna find the end of the road eventually.
Come on, a slope and I just projectile straight up.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yes, it is. It's a slope. You can projectile yourself upwards. Oh, okay. Like, I again, like, this stuff of seeing all of this is kind of pointless. Yes, it's a good cutaway from, like, the main story, and that's kind of its point. It serves to see what the other people are doing, but you could have taken all of the things that they are doing and slapped them in, like, one episode. I don't care. That's my point. I just don't care about these people. Except Hammy. Hammy will forever be the most important character in all of Tome. I am not joking. I take no substitutes.
Even taking any damage.
If those bombs keep chipping away our HP, we're not gonna last long down here. Can't you just like crawl up onto it and like open up and go inside and like wreak havoc in there? Okay, here comes the rest of the B team. Thunder! Hamstar! Kinda hoped still that they would go on the slope and just fly away. I thought that would be more fun. But no, they're all just going down into the abyss.
Run fast.
Well, wasn't that convenient? This arc has been You should dub this arc, not Infiltration, mission. This should be how convenient the arc was. That's the name of this arc. Everything is just so super convenient, isn't it?
Well, that's right. Glad you guys are doing alright.
Is this what's down in the black pit? We've been seeing below everything. How do you guys get down here?
Are they actually gonna explain what happened, even though we saw what happened?
I'll explain. We're really gotta keep moving in case another
Una? An Una hole?
another one of those things appear.
Fondly?
Only we had some light here.
Well, thunder. He can thunder up some light, right? Or Hamstar, maybe. This is why Hamstar is the best, because she lights up the room. Oh my god! Look at her.
Nice. All right, let's be off then.
And they're off. Look how off they are. The beginning area of Tome. This is the virus fragment. This is where it's been hiding all along. Oh, okay. Segue into the vault, I guess. So, I was right.
Just one lousy fragment?
If Torben had used one, then does that mean there would have been no more left? No, that can't be right.
What do you mean it can't be right? You saw when the baby Kagamaru was showing up. Like, all the fragments being, like, sucked up from everywhere. Because that kind of indicates that a lot of fragments got absorbed into that thing. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do not have a lot of fragments left at all. Okay, you know what? Logic. Logic is a thing that doesn't exist in this world. It's a very faint feeling, but I think there are more of them. But much further away from this area.
But then, what was Torben doing guarding just one fragment?
I mean, as he said, he's just doing this to get paid. He doesn't care. If he says that there are other fragments far away, then maybe they used to be there. But the other hackers came and took them somewhere else.
That must have been it. Torben was probably providing a distraction for the others to sneak in and take the virus fragments away to another station before we could storm and delete them all.
If that's true, then why would they leave this one behind where we could get it?
Why are you all just standing around questioning it instead of, destroying it? Any fragment destroyed is A positive. In any case, we should at least get rid of this one. It's not much, but it'll be one less for us to worry about. Vaccine. Oh. Okay, what was that pulse? The heartbeat.
Come on! Before Torben logs back in again.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen with the dust cloud? And so we have, is that Eriko? Dark Eriko! It's just Dark Link. It's literally just Dark Link from Four Swords Adventure. Eriko! Or Eriko! I think that's what his name is supposed to be, because I think it was Spanish. That's him! Nikito was killed by the virus fragment that destroyed his character?
Eriko!
No, it's obviously not him. It's the virus fragment doing some sort of copycat thing. This is as far as we can go on the path. This list should hopefully get us back on our track. And so they went up on the lift, the elevator. Explosions, loud screamings, ton of slimes, and now blue fire. I keep thinking by the time that we get there, there's not gonna be anything we need to help them with. Are you sure we don't want to go back down and find the others? I mean, to be honest, the Alpha team have already kind of proven themselves to be very superior to every other player in the game, which is also why the admins are allowing them to do basically whatever they want, so they don't actually really need you guys. You are just a very convenient thing that would help them prolong and continuing on their adventure. Positive. I said that they can take care of for themselves. Although we need all the help we can get. I don't understand. Splat! Death. And though he died, maybe coma, probably. Erika's character data was completely wiped out. But... What? No! When okay, we have seen what happens when the character data gets wiped out. They just Thanos snapped. To turn into dust. We've seen that happen. Because Simdragon was doing it to his compadres. I am so confused. Because he has flopped on the floor. His character was still there. And since the virus fragments affect people in the real world through the human mind, then his mind was erased as well. Okay, it's that what you guys mean when you say he's killed, he's dead. Basically left his brain as a blank hard drive. Is that what you guys are alluding to?
That's right. Even though his human body remains intact and seems like it was alive, you could almost say his soul was taken up.
That's not his soul, that's literally his mind. Not his soul.
Was taken away. Yet his parents kept him in the hospital thinking he was just in a coma.
But, okay, no, but okay, people are kept in a coma. It usually still have a brain activity. Like, you could still see that there's activity in the brain going on. Like, the brain still reacts to things happening. But if your mind has been completely erased, then you have no memories, you have nothing your brain could go off to work on to create all the patterns. That would mean that there wouldn't be any brain activity, wouldn't it? Like he have nothing, he's blank. So then the doctors would just declare him brain dead, right?
But how could his character be here?
Probably because his mind got sucked into the dust cloud or something. I don't know. I just find it interesting that Eriko is the only person who actually been affected by this when other people have had the virus fragment and they just kind of like plopped out of it. Instead of being like dragged out of them like ripping out a Kali Ma out of their heart.
Divided into fragments, the pieces of Kagamaru's flesh are all part of the same power.
That's right. Maybe the fragment that was extracted from Eriko took some of his character data with it. Now that it's part of the virus power as a whole. Maybe this virus fragment used a bit of memory from Eriko's data. Yeah, I already concluded this, come on. And virtually took on the appearance of its character. It even looked like as if Eriko would have used a virus fragment to transform into a demon state? So you're saying Eriko's demon state is literally just put on dark clothing? Is that his demon state?
No!
Flamey?
Alpha, please! Give me some room.
Well, you have plenty of room. There's plenty of room around you. ...
Please!
I understand. This jumps back.
I have to be completely sure.
Cha-ching! Sword and a shield. Boomerang! Okay, this is literally just a thing. Like, there's no way you can tell and say that is not specifically just a thing. Like, not only that he looks like Link, but all the weapons he's using is just like the grappling hook. Come on, that is such a staple in the Zelda games. More boomerangs, throwing and everything and stuff happening. Actually, I kind of like this fight. And then she summons the flames and hit him. Like, he doesn't even have a health bar. That's what completely playing. There's nothing going on here. So, what are you trying to accomplish? You can't hurt him.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Here we go, spin tornado!
You missed!
And so he's up in the air, being more flamed downwards. Yes, and then he explodes into a virus fragment. Uh-huh.
Alpha, this is it. Use the antivirus now.
No, because they're gonna use the fragment and put it back into Eriko so that he can go back to living or something.
You're not going to do it, are you?
No.
The reason I fought it was because I wanted to be completely sure if it was him or not. Now, I'm convinced, somehow, in some strange way, that Eriko still lives on. However, he now lives within the power of Kagamaru.
Eriko would never try to hurt Flamey. And the form that this virus fragment took on didn't land a single hit on her, because it didn't want to. It could have finished her at any time, but it left her plenty of room to dodge its attack.
Even when I left myself wide open for a fatal blow that proved that Eriko we just saw was the real one. He's still alive.
No, it's not the real one. It's an amalgamation of Eriko and the Kagamaru virus fragment. So it has created something new, using the basis of Eriko.
So when the virus fragment destroyed Eriko's character and took some last remnants of his data with it, it was like it removed Eriko's soul along with it. His human body's still alive, but without the consciousness that lives in.
Yeah, brain dead.
All of that virus fragments now. Then that body that rests on the hospital will be nothing more than a shell forever.
So how are you guys gonna, put Eriko back in his place? But why keep that virus fragment intact? If Eriko's mind is within the virus power as a whole, then wouldn't it be within all of the fragments? No, I mean, technically, yeah, I guess, but also kinda no.
It is a safety measure, right? You're afraid that if we delete all the virus fragment, then his consciousness will be lost, and there will be no way for us to somehow reverse the effect.
Exactly. Maybe when this is all over, we can bring it to the Net Kings, and maybe they can help us somehow reverse the effect and free him. Yoink. And so he absorbed it into his chest. I know that keeping it may be a risk, but I'm gonna take it. If there's any chance of reviving Eriko, then we keep this one away from the hackers. Alright, let's go, I guess. Bye. That was the vault. That was all that was in there. The vault looked identical to every other place we've been to, so I wouldn't even know it was a vault unless you... How do you know the sign that it said it's a vault? This lift is the only other way up from here. Since there's no point of going back to the crossroad where Splat started to luring us up through the silver markings. Oh, hello Torben, welcome back. To be continue! It's gonna have a change of heart and help everyone now. Trust me. Episode 55, The Chaos Below. Coming soon! So far this arc has been but I am really looking forward to the final episode of this arc, Duel of the Dragon. If I remember, it is... I remember it being extremely good, especially animated, it's like an actual full-on movie. Well, movie animated in Flash, but you know what I mean. It is so remembered and highly regarded by fans of TVTome that they recreated it with the voice actors of the Terrain of Magical Expertise video game, the actual game they kickstarted. They recreated with the voice actors used for that game.